All right, so we're diving deep into goal setting this week.
Oh, yeah.
And, this is stuff that, we've all wrestled with,
For
right?
sure, for sure.
Like how to actually make those things we dream about a reality.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you guys have sent in some really cool stuff.
Some fascinating research.
Yeah, like, did you see that stat about New Year's resolutions? 92%
Oh, tell me.
fail before like mid-January.
Really?
I know,
Mm.
crazy, right? It's like we set ourselves up to fail or something.
It really makes you think maybe there's a fundamental disconnect.
Right. Like
Yeah.
we're going about this whole goal thing the wrong way.
It's very possible. And, there's some neuroscience research coming out of MIT
Oh, wow.
that kind of points to that it suggests we might be tackling goal setting in a way that our brains just aren't wired for.
So it's like we're working against ourselves.
Yeah, in a way.
But the good news is
There's always good news.
there's a different approach, this brain-based approach that a lot of high achievers use.
Oh.
Yeah, we're talking Olympic athletes, Fortune 500 CEOs, folks who really know how to make things happen.
That's the kind of insider knowledge we want.
Exactly. And that's what this deep dive is all about.
Love it.
Unpacking that for you guys so you can start turning your ambitions into actual results.
It's like having that roadmap, to navigate through the whole self-improvement thing.
Exactly. Because let's face it can get pretty overwhelming.
Oh, for sure. There's so much information out there.
Yeah. So we really want to distill it down,
Mhm.
make it clear, actionable, so you guys walk away with a concrete strategy.
That's the goal.
So where do we even start with all this?
Hmm.
Looking at the stuff you've shared, it really seems to break down into three main parts.
Okay. I like it organized.
Yeah, first we got to understand why our brains seem to resist goals in the first place.
The big why.
Exactly. And then we're going to explore this fascinating 5-step goal engine.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, the research highlights this as being super effective.
Okay.
And then lastly, we're going to look at what happens when things don't go according to plan.
Because let's be real, it happens.
Always, right?
Yeah.
How do we course correct and get back on track?
What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
So, okay, let's talk about why our brains resist goals in the first place.
All right. Let's get into it.
It seems counterintuitive, right? You'd think our brains would be all for us improving ourselves.
You would think so. Right.
But the research points to a few key factors.
Such as?
Well, this thing called the status quo bias jumped out at me.
Oh, the status quo bias. Yeah.
It's like our brains prefer what's familiar, even if it's not ideal.
It's that comfort zone thing,
Yeah, like sticking with that slightly uncomfortable chair because you know exactly how it feels.
Right. Or maybe even like sticking with that familiar disappointment of not hitting your fitness goals.
Because it's less scary than the unknown of a new exercise routine.
That's a really good example. Yeah. The brain just craves that predictability, even if it's not ideal.
Exactly. And then there's the planning fallacy, which I think we've all
Oh,
experienced.
yeah. Tell me about it.
It's like we underestimate the time and effort a goal will actually take.
Like that classic organizing the garage project.
Oh, yeah. In our minds, it's a weekend thing.
A quick in and out.
Right.
Yeah.
But then reality hits and it's sorting cleaning trips to the hardware store.
And it always takes way longer than we anticipated.
So much longer.
That optimism bias gets us every time.
Oh, yeah. We think it'll be smooth sailing, but it rarely is.
So status quo bias and the planning fallacy.
Two big hurdles right there.
For sure.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, no.
We also have to contend with something called vagueness blindness.
Vagueness, blindness. That's a new one.
I know, right? It's this idea that our brains can't really work towards goals that are unclear.
So, like, if your goal is to be more creative.
Exactly. It's just too vague.
It's like trying to navigate without a GPS,
Totally. Our brains need specific instructions.
Tangible targets.
Yeah, or else they just get lost.
Interesting.
So we're up against this preference for the familiar. We underestimate the effort involved, and we often set vague goals.
It's a recipe for disaster.
I know, it sounds like we're setting ourselves up to fail.
Yeah, it kind of does.
But the good news is, it's not about fighting against our brain's wiring.
Okay, so there's hope.
It's about understanding it and working with it.
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
Well, that's where this 5-step goal engine comes in.
Right, let's hear it.
Step 1 is called the identity shift, and it's all about who you see yourself as.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Research from Stanford shows that goals become way more powerful when they're tied to our identity.
So it's not just about achieving something, it's about becoming someone.
Exactly. So instead of saying, I'm trying to exercise more, you shift it to, I'm someone who prioritizes their health.
I like that.
Or instead of, I want to learn to play guitar, it becomes, I'm a musician who practices regularly.
So you're embodying the identity.
Yeah, and the research shows that this shift in self-perception actually drives our actions.
Makes sense because if you see yourself as a healthy person, you're more likely to make healthy choices.
Right, it feels aligned with who you are, rather than some external target you're forcing yourself to chase.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
All right, step 2 is the GPS method.
Okay, this sounds intriguing.
Yeah, it's all about bringing structure to our goals. Because remember, vagueness, blindness.
Oh, right. Our brains need those clear instructions.
Exactly. So the GPS method stands for goal process and success measures.
Okay, break that down for me.
So let's say your goal is to learn to play guitar.
Classic example.
Using the GPS method, you'd first define a specific goal, maybe learn 3 basic chords in the next month.
Okay, so nice and specific.
Then you outline the process, so maybe practice for 20 minutes 3 times a week.
Got it. Consistent action.
And finally, you set clear success measures, like be able to play 3 songs using those chords.
I love it. And maybe even log each practice session in a journal so you can track your progress.
Exactly. The GPS method takes that vague desire and transforms it into manageable, trackable steps.
It's like giving your brain that roadmap we were talking about.
Exactly. No more getting lost.
Okay, what's next?
Step 3 is the 2-minute rule. And this one's all about tricking our brains into action.
Tricking our brains. I'm intrigued.
I know, right? But it's super effective.
Okay, I'm listening.
So the idea is to shrink the initial action for your goal down to something that takes less than 2 minutes.
2 minutes, that's it.
That's it. So instead of start exercising, it becomes put on your workout shoes.
Oh, I see.
Or write a novel becomes write 1 sentence.
That's so simple, it almost feels silly.
I know, but research shows that these tiny actions can create incredible momentum.
Really?
Yeah, it's like once you put on those shoes or write that sentence, you've broken the inertia.
And you're more likely to keep going.
Exactly. It's like sneaking past your brain's resistance.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Okay, step 4 is the weekly reset.
So like a check-in.
Exactly. It's about maintaining that long-term engagement with your goals.
Makes sense because it's easy to let things slide.
Oh, yeah. So research from MIT suggests we do a weekly review, and there are 3 key parts to it.
Okay, me.
First, we celebrate our wins no matter how small.
Oh, I like that positive reinforcement.
Right, it gives us a dopamine boost, keeps us motivated.
Max, those wins feel good.
Then we adjust our approach if things aren't working.
So it's not about being rigid.
Nope, it's about being flexible and pivoting if necessary.
Smart.
And finally, we plan our actions for the next week.
So we're setting ourselves up for success.
Exactly. It reduces decision fatigue because we've already made those decisions.
The weekly reset, it's all about staying on track and making those adjustments as we go.
Exactly. And finally, step 5 is environment design.
This one's about our surroundings, right?
You got it.
Because our environment can either support or sabotage our goals.
Totally. And the key here is to make the choices that align with our goals. The easy choices.
So like prepping healthy meals in advance.
Yeah, so they're ready to grab and go.
Or keeping your gym bag visible.
Right, as a reminder.
Or even making financial commitments that incentivize you to stick to your goals.
Exactly. It's all about making the path of least resistance the path that leads to success.
Love it. So we've got the 5-step goal engine.
A comprehensive roadmap for achieving our goals.
But what happens when we hit a roadblock?
That's a great question because it's bound to happen.
Life throws curveball.
Exactly. And that's why the sources also talk about what to do when goals go wrong.
Okay, so how do we handle those setbacks?
Well, one strategy is the 80% rule.
The 80% rule.
Yeah, the idea is that aiming for perfection can actually hinder progress.
Oh, I've heard of that before.
Like we get so caught up in doing everything perfectly that we end up doing nothing at all.
Paralysis by analysis.
Right, so the 80% rule says aim for 80% completion or adherence. That's good enough.
It takes the pressure off.
Exactly, and allows for some flexibility.
Okay, what else?
Then there's the 24-hour reset.
What's that about?
So if you miss a goal-related action one day,
We're all human, it happens.
you make a conscious effort to get back on track the very next day.
Damage control.
Exactly. It prevents that one slip-up from turning into a total derailment.
Makes sense. I like that.
And lastly, there's the why refresh.
So this is about reconnecting with our motivation.
Precisely when you're feeling discouraged or facing challenges, you remind yourself why this goal matters to you.
So it's like tapping back into that initial spark.
Yeah, it helps you see the bigger picture and reignite that passion.
Oh, okay. I'm getting pumped up just thinking about it.
So true persistence isn't just about grit. It's about having these strategies to navigate the ups and downs.
That's a really important point.
And now for the challenge.
Oh, a challenge. I love.
The sources call this the 30-day goal lab.
Lay it on me.
So for the next 30 days, we challenge you, our listener, to pick one specific goal
One goal to focus on,
Yep, and apply the entire 5-step framework to it.
the identity shift,
Yeah.
the GPS method, the 2-minute rule,
The weekly reset and the environment design.
all 5 steps.
Don't skip in.
It's like a personal experiment.
Exactly. Treat it like a scientific study.
And see what happens.
See how this framework transforms your approach to your goal.
I'm excited for everyone to try this.
Me too. And remember, a year from now, you'll wish you started today.
Oh, that's so true.
Time keeps moving forward.
It waits for no one.
So why not take action now?
Even small steps can make a huge difference.
And think about it. This framework isn't just about achieving a specific goal.
It's bigger than that.
It's about building empowering habits
Yeah.
and shaping your identity.
Becoming the best version of yourself.
Exactly. So as you reflect on all this, really consider how it shifts your perspective.
On goals and on life.
Yeah, on who you are and who you want to become.
That's something to really ponder.
It's been a deep dive,
A deep and insightful one.
and we hope you've walked away with some valuable tools.
Tools to make your dreams a reality.
Until next time, keep diving.
Keep exploring and keep growing.
We'll see you then.